Am I the asshole for publicly humiliating my friend who confessed to my husband? This sounds like it's going to be messy. Okay, my husband, 34 male, and I, 32 female, have been married for 8 years and have a 3-year-old son. My friend Sarah, from my university days, was the godmother of my child. Sarah was a sweet and simple girl, and I loved being friends with her. But today, it changed when my husband told me that he needed to talk to me. He explained how he always felt uneasy around Sarah. Oh, always. So this has always been an issue. It's not just right now. It's like an ongoing and past thing. Okay. And how he noticed that she would subtly try to put me down whenever those two talked. What? Wait a second. Why is he just bringing this up now? Like, it's a good thing that he's bringing it up now. But if you feel uncomfortable, let somebody know. Because I feel like this is like not that I've read the whole thing. I haven't read the whole thing yet. But I feel like her just telling him how she felt might be the the best case scenario, because he still has the ability to be like, whatever, you know what I mean? What if she had tried to kiss him or something, and then he had to tell his wife that, like, hey, she kissed me. And then that would cause problems between you and your wife. Like, you know what I mean? So just, like, if you have a feeling, trust it. Trust your gut. You're not crazy. I promise. You're not crazy. Where was I at? What? And how she felt what subtly tried to put me down whenever those two talked. His suspicions were confirmed when she sent him a revealing picture yesterday. Ew. Ew. First of all, why would that be your first... Gross. That's gross. That should never be your... Like, if you... Goodness... Like, oh. I feel like it would be so bad to have, like, feelings for anybody in a relationship, married, whatever, right? But in any situation, even if it was someone who's not in a relationship, not married, whatever, why would that be your first thought, to send them a revealing picture to let them know that, like, oh, hey, yeah, I like you? You could just say that. I don't know. That's extreme. I feel like that's really extreme. Confessing that she has liked him ever since the two of us got engaged. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, she should have distanced herself from that situation then. I feel... Wow. She just let herself do that. That is wild. An engagement is like, if you were gonna do this, you should have ended the friendship way earlier, and or just done it way earlier, so that you would, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so weird. You waited until she got married so you could ruin her entire life. Because, like, if you knew about this before they got married, before they, like, on the day or around the time that they were planning to get married, then, you know, doing it then would save them a lot more trouble if this were to go south. You know what I mean? Going south meaning, like, if he were to choose this other lady. You know what I mean? But this lady is real hateful, because she waited until their lives were intertwined and they were invested and they had a son together? More than 3 years? Are you kidding me? That's, like, sick. That's genuinely sick. In not the cool way. I was furious and asked him to block her. He showed me that he already had. Period. This is one of the good ones. I love that. I quickly took a screenshot of their conversation and posted it on social media to our friends and her family. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is justified. Maybe not the route I would go, but in the moment, you know, thinking about it now, but in the moment, if this were me, I might do worse, because that's sick. Like, Jenny, like, just thinking about, she's a college friend. I think that's what she said, right? From the college days, university days. Yeah. Like, she's an old friend that you've known for years, and she was there at your wedding, she was there at your engagement, whatever. She was there through the birth of your son. And for her to do, like, this kind of betrayal, I feel like this is so justified, and honestly, like, one of the I don't know. This is like this most sane reactions, I feel like. But anyways, cautioning them to be careful of her, oh, of the harlot who, why would you, um, oh, just breaking out the ancient, um, um, shaming words, who prays after married men. Sarah has been bombing my phone with her calls and texts, calling me every profanity in the world. Most of my friends took my side, and my husband was kind of amused, while some of my friends complained I went too harsh on her. Am I the asshole? Edit, I did not post her revealing pictures. I blurred it, especially her face. Wait a second. Wait a second. She said, I did not post her revealing pictures. I blurred it, especially her face. So you did post it. And in the context of this um in the context of this post that you did where you told everyone to beware of her and everything, I feel like they would be able to tell, like they'd be able to, they're not dumb. They'd be able to look at those blurred out pictures and be like, oh my god, she sent him revealing photos. So like it's the same as you putting them out there. Well, not the exact same, obviously. It's much worse if you were to do it unblurred. But I feel like it is a little extreme to put out the pictures even if you did blur them. But everything else is, I feel like, you know, mm, and I could be wrong on this too. I feel like that any of this could be super extreme. But why are you going after this lady's husband when she has a 3-year-old? That's wild. That's genuinely wild. But that last part definitely is a little bit much. Let's read some comments. The first one says, confessing does not include sending revealing pictures. Yeah, that is a whole other level. She plain hit on him knowing he's married, his wife being her best, well, she didn't say best friend, or this person didn't say best friend, being her friend, and her being a godmother. Yeah, first of all, she is the godmother. So you're telling me you were gonna break up the family of your godchild just because? Like, if this man decided that he was gonna be like, oh, you know what, I will leave my wife for you. She was just gonna let that happen, and then when her kid, her godchild got older, well, at this point, stepchild, got older, she would just be like, well, yeah, your dad was married to your mom, and your whole childhood was going great, but then, I just had this inkling that I wanted to throw a little wrench in everything, you know what I mean? The gears were turning, but I felt like I wanted to mess that up a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, that's weird. That's strange. And I feel like some people just need at least 2 extra brain cells to exist in the world properly. I just don't understand. She's a terrible person, not the arsehole. Someone replying to that says, yeah, I can't imagine betraying someone like that. I kind of want to talk with her. I mean, what kind of person would be capable of doing this? Like, what did she think of her friend and her goddaughter? Oh, is it a daughter? Oh, child. It just says child. I don't think it said like yeah, it didn't say gender for, oh, son. It did say son in the beginning. Yeah, so it's not okay, so this person just didn't remember. I didn't remember either, so I can't really say anything. All right, anyways, I forgot what they said. And yeah, I can't imagine portraying someone like that. I kind of want to talk with her. I mean, what kind of person would be able to capable of doing this? Like, what did she think of her friend and her goddaughter? Yeah, that's like really genuinely weird. Replying to that, someone said exactly. I mean, it can be possible to evolve feelings for your, oh shoot, let me for your best friend's husband, I guess. Well, I mean, if it's your best friend, you would do anything not to, I think. No one can control this. Well, like I said earlier, if you feel like you're gaining feelings for someone you really should not be gaining feelings for, distance yourself. Stay home. When they say, can we hang out? You say no. You get other friends, and you get over it, and then you start hanging out with them again. And if it comes back, you just, I don't know, stop hanging out with them? I don't know, because I feel, is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Because a lot of people would do worse than this. A lot of people really would. And I don't know, is it really worth, like, even if you do end up with this person, is it worth knowing that you did something terrible and then you got your way? Some people wouldn't care, I guess, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Where was I at? But the only right thing to do is forget about it and never act on it. Not to betray your best friend and sending her husband and the father of your goddaughter, godson in this case, naughty pictures. That's just disgusting. Yeah, it is disgusting. So eventually I ended up agreeing with this person. But I kept interrupting them and, Anyways, let me find another original comment. All right, so this one says, I mean, you've already shown that one of your friends was a snake in the grass. Do you need a better litmus test for the others? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Oh, are we talking about the ones that thought that you were being too harsh? Maybe. Honestly, maybe you should drop those people. Replying to that, someone says, the others aren't necessarily on Sarah's side. OP just said that they said OP was too harsh. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, they can, just because, just because you're not defending your best friend's wrongs does not mean you're not understanding of her situation or her, feelings or whatever. Like, if your friend commits murder, are you really gonna, like, and for the dumbest reason, it's not self-defense, and it's not within any parameters of the law, which murder isn't anyway. Are you really gonna be like, well, Slay Queen, that's okay. I believe in you, and everything you do is okay? I wouldn't. I would definitely not. I would distance myself from that friend at the very least. And that would be insane, actually. Report that person to the police at a time when they would never know it's you and move on with your life so that they don't try and come back and murder you knowing that it's you who did it. You know what I mean? Because you know they're capable of it. But, like, just because they're not, like, telling you to your face that, yeah, everything you did was fine and there's nothing wrong with it, there's nothing you could have, like, done better or whatever, doesn't mean that they're not good friends, if that makes sense. In fact, it makes them better friends. Like, if the people who agreed with her and were like, well, she had it coming, if they really truly believe that, then yeah, that's cool. They're fine. But if they don't believe that and they're just saying it to be in her good graces, like, oh yeah, that's fine, and then behind her back they say that she's too harsh, then let's just tell her. If you guys are good enough friends, just tell her. You know what I mean? If you guys are friends, if you're supposed to be friends, you should be able to tell people, like, yeah, I don't think what you did was perfectly fine, but I understand why you did it. You know what I mean? Anyways, tangent Elva. What did I read? I don't agree with them, but some people may think that outing her to her family and the friend group is going too far. It doesn't put them on her side. It could very well be a principle thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay, responding to that, someone said, if it's a you, in quotes, if it's a, in quotes, you should have told us all privately instead of the whole world, yeah, that'd be fair. If it's a, you should have started a rumor, gossip, drama, etc., then that's code for I don't want others to figure out if I end up doing the same. Oh. Okay. I can definitely see that. I can totally see that. For a second when I was reading it, I was like, where is this going? But I get that. Okay. Someone replying to the one before that says, to be fair, a lot of people would find the posting it on social media thing as taking it too far. I know I wouldn't have done that personally, but I wouldn't judge OP or anyone else I knew in this situation for doing it. F that. And then they say the same word she used. LOL. Is that a bad word? The word that was like an old shamey word that I was saying. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like actually a bad word. I don't think it is, but I don't want to repeat it just in case. You know what I mean? And I already said it once. Anyways, I mean, that's like a 19th century diss right there. OP's still classier than Anyways, and then they call her something a little more shamey and more modern. So, anyways, another original comment says, not the arsehole. To be honest, I also think this is funny. I'm really struggling to feel sympathy for her here. Going after your supposed best friend's spouse is pretty unforgivable. At least you seem to have a good husband. Oh yeah, this really is a nice change of pace from some of the other Emma the articles that I've read, where like the spouse is just like they're either quote unquote oblivious to like advances from other people, or they're just like they just are like, oh, it's fine, you're overreacting, like that sort of thing. But this guy is like, look, this is weird. The only thing I can say about him is that he didn't talk to her before, but I think that's just him probably being like, well, maybe I'm making this up. Maybe it's just all in my head. You know what I mean? Which I can totally understand. So I retract what I said before about him, blah, 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 blah. Well, no, I didn't really say all that. I was just saying, like, you're not crazy, and if you have those, like, if you're uncomfortable, say something. So, yeah, no, I don't retract that. If you're not crazy, if you're having weird feelings, like, if you feel a certain type of way about someone and you're not sure, just, like, distance yourself if you need to. Tell someone close to you so they know what goes on. Maybe don't spread it just in case it's not a thing, but, like, also, you know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Alright. Someone responding to that says, not the arsenal, to those saying it's too harsh, how would they feel if she tried this with their spouse? Yeah, they'd be like, well, why didn't you say something? Because I had no idea she tried that with yours. You know what I mean? What if this was happening to them? Would they be okay with it? I think not. If she's not proud of her actions, that's on her. This only has two outcomes. She tries this with your husband and he goes along with it, or she tries and fails. She doesn't get to try to betray you and then get upset how you react and deal with it. No, exactly, because, like, like, again, if you do this to someone, there are so many different ways that they could deal with it. And a lot of them are worse than this. And I feel like she got off easy. Like, she just got called out. That's literally all that happened. Literally all that happened. Alright, let's find another original. Gotta scroll for a little bit. Oh my gosh. They're so few and far between. So few and few and few. Is that one? Oh, that's one. Okay. Not the Urshel. I did the same thing when I found out a guy I was talking to a while ago was harassing an underage friend of mine. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is so much worse. Jeez. We both posted the screenshots and got heat for it, but it was worth it because a lot of people steered clear of the dude after that. Good. A little bit of heat is a pretty solid exchange for peace. Jeez. That's genuinely, I'm glad your friend had the confidence in you to tell you something like that. That's, like, genuinely a crime. Like, what the hell? Someone responding to that said, I wonder how many messed up situations could have been prevented if people were put on blast ASAP. Yeah. I think a ton of them. Someone responding to that says, probably way more than we think. Bit more consequences for some people are not a bad thing. Yes. Alright, let's find another one. This is original. Not the arsehole. This lady knowingly smiled in your face while she was plotting to try to be with your husband. Yeah, that's the worst part, I feel like. Like, it's one thing if she was not friendly with you, or didn't know you for years, wasn't your best friend throughout college and all of the other super important events in your life, was not named the godmother of your son. But for her to be super friendly with you and to be an integral part of your family and also pull that is, like, genuinely just only trash people, a trash person would do that. Ugh. I think it's great that he told you that he felt uneasy with her. He's been saying that and showed you a minute she made a move. Okay, I don't think I understand the way that was written, but I hope you understand it, because I don't. Anyways, Sarah's only feeling bad because she got called out about her behavior. It's funny how she became interested in him once he got engaged to you. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, that is so, like, grass is greener on the other side type deal. Like, why would that be? Well, most people, and I'm assuming this is in the US. I always assume these are from the US. I don't know why. But most people in the US, before they get married or engaged or whatever, they date for a long time. I'd say, like, from what I've heard, not real numbers, never got this anywhere, just like off the top of my head, I'd say like an average of a year at least is how long they date before they get engaged. Here, right? Like, it could be more. Like, I've heard of people dating like 18 years, still not engaged, people dating for a couple months and then getting engaged, whatever, right? But here in America, it's like they date for a long time. So if you're telling me that you've been around this man for so long, you didn't have any feelings for him, but the moment he put a ring on your friend's finger, you were like, I think I like this one. You are a problem. You are a serious issue. Like, there's something wrong. You need therapy. I wonder if she was the child in her family when she was younger who, whenever her siblings or cousins or whatever, whoever got something, they were like, oh, where's mine? Oh, I want it. I'll give it to me. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like green, like, what is it? It's like red eyes or green eyes. I think it's red eye. Like, when you want everything that somebody else has, like, that is such a red flag. But anyways, yeah, that's just weird. Anyways, another original comment. He showed me that he already had. Bruh, wasn't even risking nothing. Yeah. Okay. Someone responding to that said, if she'll cheat with you, she'll cheat on you eventually. Definitely not something to blow up a marriage for. Yeah, that's something I always, like, I've always thought about, because I think the first person to ever say that to me was my mom. And, like, I don't know what the context was. I think maybe we were watching, like, a show or something, because, like, I don't think it ever came up in our, like, real life or anything, but I think my mom was the first one to ever say that kind of sentiment around me. And I was like, that makes so much sense. Because it's just another person. They're gonna get, the reason they're cheating is probably because they're bored, or because they know they can, or it makes them feel better or whatever. And they're always gonna be chasing that feeling, you know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah. Alright. New original. Not the asshole. And anyone who said you were, I read it wrong. Not the asshole. And anyone who said you were too harsh, cut them out of your life, too. That Sarah is called F around and find out. Okay. And then someone responding to that said, ask those friends if they would be okay if Sarah was doing this to their significant others. It's true. It's very true. All right, responding to that one says, that still wouldn't be an equivalent scenario. Opie said they've been good friends since college, and she made Sarah her kid's godmother when it was born. That's true. That's true. Like, I think the most jarring thing the most jarring thing about reading these stories on Reddit is, like, the lack of sympathy and empathy of the people involved in these stories. Like, they're always just like, well, I mean, but you could still forgive this person, though. But no, like, the things that these people are going through, when they write down these stories and put them on Reddit, like, this stuff is, like, something I would never ever forgive someone for. You know what I mean? Like, you are actively ruining my life, and it seems like you're doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, knock on wood. I mean, because, you know, but, geez, like, some of this stuff is just evil, like, genuinely evil. This was a serious betrayal. Asking her friends if they'd be okay with it would just likely elicit responses like, no, of course not, but I wouldn't publicly shame her, blah, 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 and that's okay, too. What? Wait a second. And that's okay too? Yeah. Oh, I think they're saying, like, it's okay that they wouldn't want to shame her publicly. Okay. Alright, now I understand. I'm not a great reader, guys. Especially when I'm like reading out loud. I just can't. Anyways. OP's big response was what? Oh, this is exactly how it's written, okay? Opie's big response was in response to the already very big knife in her back. Okay. I have been a grammar police my entire life, and I've tried to cut back on it because I've realized it's really annoying to people. But one of my biggest pet peeves in writing is when people use the same word when they can use synonyms in the same sentence or in the same paragraph multiple times. You know what I mean? And this within 4 words using the same word. Are you kidding me? I hate this so much. Anyways, okay. Opie's big response was in response to the already very big knife in her back, which her other friends might not be able to empathize with. Okay, I don't really understand that either. Yeah, I don't understand it. Anyways, someone responding to that said, "Great example of the principle of not sending a message you wouldn't want to be to be made to be made public." Yeah, like there's a lot of things that are just like, if you didn't want people to hate you for this thing, if you didn't want people to be upset with you for this thing, maybe don't do it. I want you to know. It's very weird. It's a very strange, and I know everybody has like things that they're ashamed of and things that they do in private that are like, "Oh, I hope nobody finds this out." And like a lot of those things, they're not equal to that. Like that's not I don't think that counts. I feel like it's when it involves other people or it hurts other people, that's different. That's different. Like be prepared for those things to come to light because not everybody's going to keep their mouth shut forever. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to take that abuse or ooh, apparently that's not a good word to say on YouTube. Not everyone's going to take some like take crap from you forever. You know what I mean? So be prepared to be exposed. Alright, another original says, "Not the arsehole. Warn others of who she is so she doesn't help ruin another marriage. I would want to know if my friend is willing to hit on my husband and had used me for years." Yeah. You did a public service to expose her. Exactly. Someone responding to that says, "On top of what she did to you, what about your son? Divorce is financially devastating, and it would have affected what opportunities you could provide your child in the future." No, literally. I'm not bashing divorced parents. I am one, and sometimes it is necessary, but it is emotionally hard on the children and should be a last resort. She was willing to do real damage to your son, a defenseless 3-year-old, and her godson just to get what she wanted. As a mama bear, call her out and protect the next small child whose world she's selfishly willing to tear apart. No, literally. And I think I'm going to end it on that note. But before I do, I want to say thank you guys for the support on the last couple videos. Like it's been wild watching the numbers, like so crazy. Like I've never gotten those numbers on this account except for my Steven Universe fan art, of course. But it's just wild, and like the comments are really nice, and I don't know, it's just really cool. So thank you so much. And you will catch me later. Bye.